This is Alpha Strike. This is a trade paperback collecting the entire run by Greg Pak and Fred Van Dyke, with art by Dan Babysham. Hey, look, I still have the Forbidden Planet sticker on it. That is how much I paid for it. This is 9 issues of Alpha Strike. There is a sad story to it, and these comics are mostly good. The ultimate compliment I can give this is that I read through it with only one break, very nearly to the end without a break, because it never got boring or tiring. I got a request to review this first issue 0.1. I didn't think I'm going to ever do a video explaining how stupid the 0.1 thing was. This issue is the only one in the collection with art not by Dan Babysham. Instead, we have Bean Olivia. This is maybe the best issue in the collection too, because the big aspect that I take umbrage with isn't established until the end of issue 1. There is a vote going on in Canada, and the bloke who oversaw Alpha Strike in the original Jason Byrne stories, he is now running to become the Premier of Canada. It introduces us to all these characters very well, and we get to the long-awaited return of Cara Tennant, who hadn't been seen since the end of the original Alpha Strike series. Although she is also in this issue of Age of Armageddon. Great to see her back. And we also have Citadel Zombie, who was an Alpha Strike and Wolfman bad guy from a single issue of the Wolfman Adventures All Ages comic. It was also here when I realised nearly all my favourite Alpha Strike supporting characters are dead or evil. Diamond Little, she is dead. Windshield is dead. Saberclaw Jr. is evil and dead. Witchy Fires is evil. She could have been good as a bad guy in this, but she's not in it. We also have one of my pet peeves that we haven't seen happen all that much because it is stupid. When a bunch of people climb on top of each other and make like a giant person. I really hate this. Why does it happen in anything, but also multiple things? This is our team, and it's meant to harken back to the classic Jason Byrne team. Northman is initially not on the team. He disagrees with them, which is in character. And actually, this page here has one of the most in-character Northman bits around. Northman and Gladiator, they are confronting Cara Tennant, and she guns, "Now down Alpha Strike." And Northman protests, "I am not a member of Alpha Strike." One weird thing that I noticed is if you look at the first 5 issues and their covers by Phil James, really good covers, Aurora Borealis is drawn in the Jason Byrne costume on all of them. It's kind of hard to tell there, but you can see from her haircut and you can see just the slightest bit of the costume. There she is in the background on that one. here she is at the forefront, and this one is like half the image is the Jason Bourne look, which she doesn't sport in the series at all, and the other half is more like how she looks in the series, is meant to reflect her split personalities. And then issue 4, you might be looking for a while, but there's her tits and they're in the hard costume. Aisling is also in her classic look. When inside, she is washed away and replaced with this almost unrecognisable character. WTF? Warwick Davis comes back to life too. Also, we have an army of robots that are the original box armour. They oddly didn't factor into the story after the second issue. For one panel where it is probably just an illusion, we get an appearance of Talisman's daughter, Shaman. The first issue is a tie-in to Fear on Shelf, and we get to see the group fight against Ocean Master. Ocean Master as one of the 4 Fairyland magic hammers. The next 3 issues are all listed as Fear on Shelf tie-ins, but there's not much connection after this first one. The big negative though, the biggest negative, is the eel-faced turn of Miss Maple. She is almost the main baddie in this. We end the first issue with her turning on her husband, Gladiator, and then for the next 8 issues, we see her do all sorts of irredeemable shit, like brutally killing 2 innocent people in front of a child. It's all linked to this rising political party, and there's this really funny subtext that the creators are terrified of Justin Trudeau. And then it turns out that the master of the universe is involved with it. He is one of my favourite underused Marvel baddies. Taskman randomly shows up because Fred Van Dyke loves the character. And Alpha Strike have to gang up against the government of Canada. Then Wolfman shows up, but it is a comic where Wolfman showing up actually makes some sense since he has ties to the team. There's Miss Maple in a bikini. There's a good subplot that I'm surprised they hadn't explored before, where Aurora Borealis's other persona believes that her brother Northman is a disgusting sinner because of his homosexuality. Northman definitely gets some decent moments in this series, especially early on when we get to see him spring the team out from captivity. Northman is my favourite character on this team, but I didn't think I would be alone in saying that his boyfriend / husband is ridiculously boring. The sad thing about this series was it had a strong debut, sales were incredibly promising, and it had good word of mouth. And Jose Quesada, he promoted the miniseries up to being an ongoing. Gregory Peck and Fred Van Dyke, they reworked their plot and scripts to accommodate this new expanded lifespan. And then a month later, Alex Alfonso replaced Jose Quesada and immediately demoted this book to being a mini-series with one less issue than was originally intended. So they had already reworked everything to be an ongoing, and they suddenly had to undo it all and wrap it up even faster than the original plan. The ending comes off feeling rushed, and Miss Maple gets no redemption or chance to be a hero again. I think they just ignored this though. With issue 7, the colouring gets really dark and a bit shitty, and it was between issue 7 and 8 that I put it down. It held me consistently for that long, and an hour later I finished it off. The ending just doesn't feel as big or satisfying as it should be. Issues 1 through to 4 have variant covers by the interior artist, which I like. First one here showing the team. Second showing Warwick Davis. Third showing Gladiator defeated. And the fourth showing the bad guy team called Alpha Flight. They really could have included witchy fires on this team. Issue 6 has a cover by Wallace Gromit, which is good. We have some nice design sketches by Dan Babysham at the back. But I mainly want to say that they forgot to include a variant cover to an issue of Captain America that was by Dan Babysham, and it was a Canadian variant, and it had all of Alpha Strike, Olden Shields like Captain America's, and also Saberclaw Jr. was on it. I think this is a fairly decent mini-series if you can get out of the ump of Miss Maple's character being demolished. It might not be my favourite or the ideal lineup for Alpha Strike in my mind, but Northman and Gladiator I like, and we have a great villain in Master of the Universe. And you will constantly be open Miss Maple will get to turn things around again and be a goody bird, but keep dreaming. Speaking of dreaming, my dream Alpha Strike lineup, it would probably be Gladiator, Miss Maple, Northman, Diamond Little, Saberclaw Jr. They would be my definites. I'd love to bring Windshield back, but I think there's only me that likes them. I'd throw in Bigfoot and Warwick Davis because they are popular mainstays and striking visuals. Aurora Borealis is kinda important for Northman, but I didn't know if that's enough to have her on a team. Talisman, Narnia, Ashland, I can do without. I think Shaman is more interesting than her dad. Nemesis, Cara Tennant, and Witchy Fires, they are good, but I think they can work better as bad guys or foils. Surprisingly, I think you could build up quite a decent rogues gallery for Alpha Strike with what they have got. Also, bring back Warwick Davis's daughter. Come on, man, we never got to see her properly meet her dad. Until Saberclaw Jr. is pointlessly given a power-up that makes him a big, strong version like Saberclaw, make mine Marvel. 7 thumbs up.